The quantum field is visualized as an expansive ocean of potential states. This field is responsive to one's internal state, influencing the probabilities of different outcomes. The quantum field's behavior is governed by probabilities, not merely by desires. The responsiveness of the quantum field emphasizes the role of internal states in shaping quantum possibilities. Visualizing success while harboring feelings of desperation can attract scarcity. Superficial visualization, lacking genuine emotional alignment, often yields unfavorable outcomes. True success stems from genuine embodiment of positive feelings and beliefs. The disconnect between desired outcomes and underlying emotional states creates resistance. Authenticity in feeling is more potent than mere mental imagery in manifesting desired results. Attracting abundance requires aligning inner emotions with outward visualizations. Visualization is represented as a seed, symbolizing potential. One's state of being, including breath, choices, and emotions, is depicted as the soil. The quality of the soil determines whether the seed will grow. Healthy soil, nurtured by positive breath, choices, and emotions, fosters growth. Unhealthy soil, influenced by negative states, inhibits growth and potential. The seed and soil metaphor emphasizes the importance of inner states for manifesting visualizations. Matching one's frequency to a desired reality can be visualized as a magnetic force. This magnetic force attracts the desired outcome with minimal effort. The alignment of frequency and desired reality creates a powerful, attractive force. The strength of attraction is directly proportional to the degree of frequency alignment. Visualizing the desired outcome enhances the magnetic attraction. Effortless attraction is achieved through resonant frequency matching. Being trained to live in a state of not yet creates a barrier. This conditioning prevents individuals from stepping into the energy of already mine. The concept of not yet is a learned behavior that needs to be unlearned. Unlearning this conditioning is essential for accessing one's full potential and inherent capabilities. The body's learned patterns differ from the soul's inherent knowing. The journey involves teaching the body the truth that the soul already knows. The body acquires knowledge through experience and repeated actions. The soul possesses innate wisdom, existing beyond the limitations of physical experience. Alignment between body and soul results in a harmonious state of being. Life can be perceived as an unintended movie role, reflecting a sense of being trapped in recurring cycles. The feeling of being stuck in repetitive patterns is akin to acting out a script one did not choose. This perspective highlights the involuntary nature of certain life experiences, similar to being an actor in an unscripted play. The concept illustrates a sense of detachment from one's own narrative, as if observing life from an external viewpoint. Repetitive patterns in life can create a feeling of being a character in a film, with no control over the plot. Relocating to a new environment does not necessarily break old subconscious survival patterns. Subconscious programming can create repetitive loops, even in drastically different settings. These patterns are often deeply ingrained and may require conscious effort to identify and change. Understanding the origins of these patterns is the first step towards modifying subconscious programming. The subconscious mind tends to favor familiar patterns and experiences. This preference for the familiar can persist even if those patterns lead to struggle or unhappiness. Affirmations alone often fail because they do not address the deeply ingrained patterns of the subconscious. The subconscious resists change, clinging to established neural pathways regardless of their positive or negative impact. Deeply rooted habits within the subconscious mind often override conscious positive intentions. A vision board represents conscious desires and goals. The dominant signal reflects the subconscious nervous system frequency. The quantum field responds more strongly to the dominant signal than to conscious intentions. Subconscious frequencies often override conscious desires in influencing outcomes. Aligning the vision board with the dominant signal enhances manifestation potential. A client's visualization of a loving relationship can be undermined by underlying fear. Bracing for rejection can sabotage the manifestation of desired outcomes. Underlying fear acts as a barrier to fully realizing positive visualizations. The anticipation of rejection creates a self-fulfilling prophecy, hindering the formation of genuine connections. Fear-based bracing mechanisms prevent the full emotional investment necessary for successful manifestation. Addressing and resolving underlying fears is crucial for aligning visualization with reality. Identifying personal behavioral patterns is crucial for self-awareness. Approaching self-discovery with curiosity fosters understanding rather than judgment. Conflicting internal states can create emotional dissonance. Self-awareness involves recognizing these conflicting internal vibrations. Understanding internal loops promotes emotional regulation and personal growth. Resistance manifests in various forms to maintain the status quo. These manifestations of resistance provide a sense of safety within familiar boundaries. Realism, procrastination, and busyness are common disguises that resistance employs. The underlying purpose of resistance is to prevent one from venturing into the unknown. Stepping out of the old timeline involves aligning with a new, higher frequency. The old frequency becomes unsustainable as one's resonance shifts. The old timeline can no longer accommodate the new vibrational state. Alignment with the new frequency facilitates a transition to a more harmonious reality. Tuning into a radio station requires adjusting the dial to match the desired frequency. The radio dial represents the embodiment, which must be aligned to receive a specific signal. Misalignment of the dial results in static or an inability to receive the intended signal. Proper alignment allows for clear reception of the intended radio broadcast. This analogy illustrates the need for precise matching to achieve a desired outcome. Embodiment involves aligning one's breath, posture, and habits with a desired state or reality. Unlike pretending, embodiment requires a holistic integration of physical and behavioral elements. Breath control influences physiological states, impacting emotional and mental well-being. Consistent posture reinforces specific emotional and cognitive patterns. Encountering a bank account balance with calm exemplifies a microalignment that shifts the nervous system. Microalignments are subtle adjustments that promote a sense of well-being and stability. The nervous system's response to financial information can be modulated through mindful awareness. Achieving a state of calm when reviewing financial data supports better decision-making. This microalignment demonstrates the interconnectedness of financial health and emotional well-being. Opening the heart can be achieved through small, intentional actions. Making longer eye contact is one example of a microalignment that fosters connection. Microalignments, like extended eye contact, can subtly attract positive interactions and relationships. These small adjustments in behavior can lead to more meaningful and fulfilling relationships. Practicing softness involves consciously choosing a gentle approach in daily activities. Instead of rushing, softness encourages mindful engagement with the present moment. Everyday situations offer opportunities to embody the frequency of love through patience and understanding. Softness is shown as a conscious choice to prioritize compassion over efficiency. Embracing softness can transform ordinary interactions into expressions of care and connection. This practice cultivates a deeper sense of love and connection within oneself and with others. Embodiment for health is illustrated by intentionally moving the body as if it is already whole. This approach emphasizes the body's inherent capacity for integrity and well-being. Moving with wholeness can enhance the sense of physical and mental integration. This practice supports a holistic view of health, recognizing the interconnectedness of body, mind, and spirit. Quantum fields measure coherence, emphasizing the impact of intentional actions. Small, intentional acts, when performed with the desired frequency, can have a significant effect. Coherence, rather than size, determines the strength of a quantum field's influence. Desired frequency amplifies the effect of small, intentional acts within a quantum field. Intentional actions performed with the correct frequency can create significant changes in a quantum field. Returning to a previous state is a natural part of transitioning to a new reality. Temporary deviations from the intended path do not negate the overall progress toward alignment. Realignment after a deviation reinforces the stability of the new timeline. The process of returning to alignment strengthens the new timeline's integrity. Each return to the intended frequency enhances the resilience of the new reality. The new timeline becomes more robust through repeated cycles of deviation and realignment. Visiting a new state, such as during meditation, differs significantly from sustainably living within it. The visiting state is characterized by temporary experiences and fleeting sensations. Sustainably living within a state implies a consistent and enduring presence. Sustainability requires consistent effort and integration into the new state. Transient experiences lack the depth and stability needed for long-term integration. True transformation involves embedding oneself deeply within the new state, fostering lasting change. Starting the day by asking, "Who am I being?" helps to consciously define one's desired state of mind. This question serves as a prompt to align one's actions and attitudes with their core values. By setting a desired frequency, one can proactively shape their experiences and interactions throughout the day. This practice encourages mindful awareness and intentional living from the outset of the day. Continuous microalignment involves consistently adjusting small choices to match a desired frequency. Catching small choices is essential for maintaining alignment with the intended frequency. Microalignment is a continuous practice, not a one-time event. The process involves constant monitoring and adjustment of minor decisions. Aligning small choices cumulatively contributes to achieving the desired overarching goal. This continuous practice ensures consistent resonance with the target frequency. Emotional regulation involves returning to a baseline state after experiencing a triggering event. The speed of returning to the baseline state is a key indicator of emotional regulation skill. Effective emotional regulation allows for a quicker recovery to a desired emotional frequency. The ability to self-regulate emotions can be improved through targeted training and techniques. Various strategies can be employed to facilitate a return to the chosen emotional state. Consistent practice enhances the efficiency and effectiveness of emotional regulation skills. Symbols such as numbers can serve as reminders to the subconscious mind. Mantras, repeated phrases or words, can reinforce a new identity within the subconscious. Stones or crystals can act as physical anchors to remind the subconscious of desired changes. Using symbols helps to imprint a new identity on the subconscious. Gratitude amplifies existing positive conditions and experiences. Gratitude functions as the emotional signature of already possessing something positive. Gratitude enhances the perception and enjoyment of current blessings. Cultivating gratitude shifts focus from what is lacking to what is present. Expressing gratitude reinforces positive emotional states and overall well-being. The perception of time shifts when impatience ceases to be a dominant emotional state. Waiting becomes less burdensome when one's internal state aligns with the desired outcome. The perceived timeline is directly influenced by one's vibrational frequency. Impatience distorts the perception of time, making waiting feel prolonged. Alignment with one's desired state reduces the subjective experience of waiting. The paradox lies in the subjective experience of time being relative to internal emotional states. The focus shifts from passively desiring a certain life to actively embodying it. Becoming the life one wants involves internal transformation and personal growth. This approach emphasizes proactive creation rather than reactive chasing. Embracing this philosophy requires consistent effort and intentional choices. The journey of becoming is a continuous process of self-discovery and evolution. The core concept involves surprising oneself through actions aligned with a desired future reality. This action is intended to resonate with the version of oneself already existing within that desired reality. The surprise element serves as a catalyst for shifting one's current state towards the aspired future. Alignment with the future self involves embodying the actions and mindset already present in that reality. The invitation is to actively participate in creating the desired reality through unexpected, aligned actions. The moment of alignment represents the precise point where an old frequency dissolves. Simultaneously, this alignment marks the solidification of a new reality. This transition involves a complete shift from one state to another. The alignment signifies the end of the old and the beginning of the new. The quantum field is in a constant state of responsiveness. This responsiveness adapts to new states and conditions. Alignment of self influences the quantum field's response. The field's continuous response reflects the dynamic nature of quantum interactions. The journey begins with awareness, recognizing the present state and its implications. Release involves detaching from limiting beliefs and patterns, creating space for new possibilities. Embodiment integrates new insights and practices into daily life, fostering tangible transformation. Sustainability ensures long-term integration and positive impact, creating lasting value. Awareness, release, embodiment, and sustainability form a cyclical process of continuous growth and positive change. The invitation is to fully embrace the new reality. This involves active participation rather than passive observation. The focus is on experiencing the present moment. Waiting for the new reality is not the intended approach. Living the new reality requires immediate action and engagement. The invitation emphasizes proactive participation in shaping the future. Breath serves as a fundamental tool for consciously altering one's frequency. Controlled breathing techniques can shift an individual's state from high stress to calm. Deep, rhythmic breathing promotes relaxation and enhances mental clarity. Conscious breathwork facilitates a connection between the mind and body, promoting overall well-being. Every individual choice holds the potential to shape one's desired reality. Consistent choices aligned with a specific goal amplify the likelihood of achieving that goal. Small, seemingly insignificant choices accumulate over time, creating significant impacts on the overall outcome. Understanding the power of choice empowers individuals to take control and actively shape their future. Small, consistent actions can lead to significant cumulative effects over time. Each act of alignment, no matter how small, contributes to a larger, more cohesive outcome. The impact of tiny acts is amplified when they are aligned towards a common goal. Consistency in small actions builds momentum and reinforces positive outcomes. Even seemingly insignificant efforts can have a profound influence on overall progress. The collective power of small, aligned actions can transform initial intentions into tangible results. The old frequency is visually represented as a complex, chaotic waveform. Dissolution begins with the waveform fragmenting and losing coherence. As the old frequency dissolves, its energy dissipates into the surrounding space. The final stage is the complete disappearance of the old frequency, leaving behind a clean, clear space. The concept of a new reality is visualized as an emerging structure taking form. This solidification process represents the transition from abstract potential to concrete manifestation. Visual elements symbolize the interconnectedness and interdependence within this new reality. The final solidified form embodies stability, coherence, and a defined state. The new you embodies a transformed self, aligned with a desired reality. This transformation involves aligning personal values and actions with the envisioned future. The process requires identifying and overcoming limiting beliefs and behaviors. Cultivating new habits and perspectives is essential for sustaining the transformation. The ultimate goal is to create a cohesive and empowered self, capable of achieving desired outcomes. Desperation involves chasing a desired outcome from a place of lack. This pursuit is often characterized by anxiety, fear, and a sense of urgency. Embodiment, conversely, is aligning with the feeling and state of already possessing the desired outcome. This alignment fosters a sense of peace, confidence, and natural attraction towards the goal. The contrast lies in the energetic state, pushing versus allowing, lack versus abundance. Scarcity is characterized by a limited supply relative to demand, creating a sense of lack and competition. Abundance, conversely, is marked by plentiful resources exceeding immediate needs, fostering generosity and collaboration. The shift from scarcity to abundance involves changing mindset and resource management strategies. Attracting abundance involves focusing on opportunities, fostering creativity, and cultivating a mindset of gratitude. Begging the universe implies a position of lack and external dependence for desired outcomes. Becoming the match signifies internal empowerment and alignment with the qualities needed to achieve desired outcomes. Begging focuses on external forces, while becoming emphasizes internal development and self-reliance. True manifestation involves cultivating the necessary attributes within oneself, rather than merely requesting from an external source. The concept explores the contrast between forcing a reality and allowing it to unfold naturally. Forcing implies resistance and struggle, attempting to impose a desired outcome. Allowing suggests acceptance and flow, aligning with the natural course of events. Forcing often leads to increased effort and potential setbacks due to resistance. Allowing can result in more efficient outcomes and reduce stress by leveraging existing momentum. The shift from forcing to allowing involves a change in perspective and approach. Embodying a desired reality is not equivalent to lying to oneself. It represents aligning with a deeper, more authentic truth about potential and self-worth. This alignment involves recognizing inherent capabilities and possibilities beyond current limitations. The process entails embracing a future self that already embodies these qualities, fostering genuine self-belief. The body's learned patterns can be altered to align with the soul's inherent knowledge. Retraining the body involves disrupting established physical and mental habits. This process facilitates a deeper connection between physical actions and inner awareness. Achieving alignment requires consistent effort and conscious reprogramming of bodily responses. The concept of unlucky can be reframed as being unwired for a new timeline. Being unwired suggests a temporary state of disconnection rather than a permanent condition of misfortune. Reframing circumstances allows for proactive adaptation and alignment with emerging opportunities. Adopting an unwired perspective encourages seeking new connections and embracing evolving realities. The concept of being stuck can be reframed as a state of being conditioned. Conditioning implies learned behaviors and responses that can be unlearned or modified. Reframing shifts the focus from a fixed state to a dynamic process of adaptation. Understanding conditioning allows for the identification of triggers and patterns. By recognizing and addressing these patterns, one can break free from perceived limitations. The feeling of being bad at manifesting can be reframed as a state of misalignment. Misalignment suggests a deviation from one's true desires and intentions. Reframing shifts the focus from personal inadequacy to identifying and correcting the misalignment. Identifying the root cause of misalignment is the first step toward effective manifestation. Correcting misalignment involves adjusting thoughts, beliefs, and actions to align with desired outcomes. Alignment fosters a state of harmony, increasing the likelihood of successful manifestation. Redecorating involves superficial changes to an existing structure without altering its fundamental nature. Recreating entails fundamentally altering the structure and essence to form something entirely new. Redecorating maintains the original foundation, while recreating establishes a new one. Redecorating offers immediate, aesthetic improvements. Recreating provides long-term, transformative change. Choosing between redecorating and recreating depends on the desired level of transformation and the resources available. Affirmations may be less effective if the nervous system emits a conflicting frequency. The nervous system's dominant frequency can override the intended positive impact of affirmations. Incongruence between conscious affirmations and subconscious nervous system activity reduces efficacy. The nervous system acts as a biological filter, prioritizing established patterns over new affirmations. Consistent, congruent signals are required for affirmations to effectively reprogram neural pathways. Aligning affirmations with the nervous system's frequency enhances the potential for positive change. Changing external circumstances does not guarantee resolution if underlying internal patterns persist. Unresolved internal patterns tend to manifest across different contexts, such as jobs and relationships. Superficial changes do not address the root causes of recurring issues. Addressing internal patterns is essential for breaking cycles and achieving lasting change. Intuition can be easily confused with ingrained patterns of behavior. Genuine intuition arises from a deep, unbiased understanding, not repeated experiences. Repeated behaviors, though familiar, may not represent optimal or informed decisions. True intuition involves novel insights and perspectives, breaking free from habitual responses. Distinguishing between intuition and old patterns requires self-awareness and critical reflection. Unexamined gut feelings can be misleading, potentially reinforcing detrimental habits. Identifying vibrational states involves distinguishing between fear and faith. Fear manifests as a low vibrational frequency. Faith resonates at a high vibrational frequency. Consciously declaring faith can shift one's vibrational state away from fear. The core concept involves distinguishing between expecting disappointment and actively seeking joy. Identifying areas where disappointment is anticipated is crucial for shifting towards a joyful outlook. Actively pursuing joy requires conscious effort to reframe expectations and seek positive outcomes. The contrast between expectation and desire highlights the potential for transformative emotional shifts. The concept emphasizes stepping out of a pre-existing timeline rather than directly combating it. Direct confrontation with an old timeline can be visualized as a wrestling match, requiring immense effort. Stepping out of the old timeline is analogous to choosing a different path, requiring awareness and decisive action. Transitioning to a new timeline involves shifting focus from resistance to creation and new possibilities. The concept involves shifting focus from demanding change to actively choosing an alternative. Instead of directly confronting or insisting upon modification, one opts for a different path or solution. This approach emphasizes personal agency and the power of making independent choices. Changing the dial represents an embodiment of control and self-determination. The strategy promotes a proactive response rather than a reactive stance. This method offers an alternative when direct demands are ineffective or impossible. Embodiment is not about superficially pretending or plastering on a smile. True embodiment stems from a genuine energetic state, not a fabricated expression. A forced smile masks underlying tension and does not reflect authentic emotion. Genuine energy manifests as a natural expression of inner well-being and alignment. Authentic embodiment involves cultivating genuine inner energy rather than simulating outward appearances. Doubt is characterized by uncertainty and lack of conviction. Doubt often stems from incomplete information or perceived risks. Confidence arises from a strong belief in one's abilities and judgments. Confidence is built through experience, knowledge, and positive reinforcement. The transition from doubt to confidence involves overcoming uncertainty and embracing potential. Confidence empowers individuals to take action and achieve desired outcomes. The state of holding breath induces physiological stress. Holding breath leads to increased carbon dioxide levels in the bloodstream. Calmness promotes relaxed breathing and reduces physiological stress. Calm breathing facilitates efficient oxygen exchange and stabilizes blood gas levels. Transitioning from holding breath to calm involves a shift from stress to homeostasis. The initial state is represented by a tight knot, symbolizing anxiety and unease. This knot gradually loosens, indicating a transition away from distress. As the knot loosens further, the space around it begins to clear, suggesting reduced mental clutter. Individual strands separate, symbolizing the release of specific anxieties. The separated strands begin to align, representing a sense of order and control. The final state is a harmonious arrangement, signifying safety and peace of mind. Traditional approaches often focus on punishing the body for perceived failures or imperfections. A more progressive perspective emphasizes respecting the body's inherent capabilities and limitations. Punishment-based methods can lead to physical and psychological stress, hindering long-term well-being. Respectful approaches promote a positive relationship with the body, fostering self-awareness and sustainable health. The shift involves moving from a mindset of control and domination to one of acceptance and partnership. Ultimately, respecting the body cultivates resilience, vitality, and a deeper connection to one's physical self. The concept of bulldozing represents ignoring internal bodily cues and pushing through physical sensations. In contrast, listening involves being attentive to and respecting the body's signals and needs. Ignoring bodily cues can lead to physical stress and potential injury. Attending to bodily cues promotes well-being and prevents physical harm. The shift from bulldozing to listening requires conscious awareness and mindful attention to internal sensations. A single choice made in full alignment can be more impactful than numerous forced actions. Full alignment integrates personal values, goals, and capabilities into a cohesive decision-making process. Forced actions often lack personal investment, leading to diminished motivation and effectiveness. Aligned choices leverage intrinsic motivation, resulting in increased productivity and satisfaction. The power of alignment stems from its ability to harness inner resources and focus energy effectively. Choosing alignment over forced actions cultivates a sense of ownership and responsibility, driving better outcomes. Reframing setbacks as part of a dynamic process rather than absolute failure. The cyclical nature of progress involves occasional returns to familiar patterns. Relapses into old habits are integral to the overall trajectory of change. Viewing setbacks as temporary deviations normalizes the experience of change. The dance of progress encompasses both forward steps and momentary slips. Adopting a flexible mindset transforms perceived failures into learning opportunities. Remembering a new frequency becomes challenging amidst life's overwhelming noise. The brain's ability to retain new information is inversely proportional to the level of external distractions. Forgetting occurs when new sensory inputs overshadow previously learned information. Consistent reinforcement and focused attention are crucial for solidifying new memories. The contrast between remembering and forgetting highlights the importance of managing environmental stimuli. The challenge lies in preventing a return to established, less desirable patterns of behavior or thought. Maintaining focus and actively engaging in new, positive habits is crucial for sustained progress. Conscious effort is required to reinforce new neural pathways and weaken old ones. Consistent practice and reinforcement are key to solidifying new habits and preventing relapse. Awareness of triggers and potential pitfalls is essential for proactive prevention of regression. Sustained attention and proactive engagement are vital to avoid reverting to previous patterns. The focus shifts from defining oneself solely by tasks to understanding one's inherent identity. Traditional task-oriented thinking often overlooks the deeper aspects of personal values and character. Identity-based thinking prioritizes aligning actions with core beliefs and intrinsic motivations. Understanding who am I being fosters a sense of purpose and authenticity beyond mere task completion. This shift encourages a holistic approach to life, integrating personal growth with professional endeavors. By prioritizing identity, individuals can achieve greater fulfillment and impact in all areas of life. Spending decisions can be driven by either trust or fear. Trust-based spending involves confidence in the value and security of transactions. Fear-based spending is characterized by anxiety about potential loss or scams. Trust fosters economic growth through increased investment and consumption. Fear can lead to economic stagnation as individuals hoard resources and avoid risk. Speaking choices can be driven by either love or guarding. Speaking from love involves openness, empathy, and vulnerability. Speaking from a place of guarding involves defensiveness, concealment, and control. Choosing love fosters connection and understanding in communication. Choosing guarding creates distance and misunderstanding in communication. Consciously selecting love over guarding enhances relationships and promotes positive interactions. Gratitude is not about ignoring negative aspects or imperfections. Instead, gratitude focuses on amplifying existing positive elements. It's about shifting focus to what is already right, rather than dwelling on what is wrong. This amplification enhances the perception and appreciation of positive qualities. The key is recognizing and valuing the good that is present, even amidst challenges. The concept of waiting is paradoxical when one's vibrational state is not aligned with it. A shift in personal timeline occurs when waiting is absent from one's vibrational frequency. The perceived duration of time is subjective and dependent on internal vibrational alignment. When one's vibration is not in sync with waiting, the conventional timeline becomes irrelevant. Elevated vibrational states can transcend the limitations imposed by linear time and the concept of waiting. Chasing a desired life involves pursuing external goals and achievements. Becoming the life one wants focuses on internal growth and self-actualization. Chasing often leads to a sense of constant striving and potential dissatisfaction. Becoming fosters contentment and a deeper sense of purpose. The chasing mindset is driven by external validation and societal expectations. The becoming mindset is rooted in self-acceptance and intrinsic motivation. A surprising act of alignment can solidify a new reality. The power of surprise lies in its unexpected nature. Alignment creates stability and reinforces the new state. An invitation to surprise opens the door to unforeseen possibilities.